Just one last caveat. Since this afternoon's recording session, I just thought I'd try and debug this and then record the next video, but I know something weird straight away. So if you run in debug, PB debug, we pause, we're at the console, hit pause again. It's actually running. Mouse over. To be honest, very strange. Didn't crash. But if I run it just normally, it does crash. So I don't know. I don't know what the go with that is. Clearly it's in the GUI function in here. But as for what exactly is causing that crash, I don't really know. So key down 1, key down 29, and while key down, GUI debug. So I'm assuming it's it's crashing in the get event. So if we comment that out, no. So that's not what's causing the crash. Well, GUI delay, which I'm not quite sure what that's meant to be doing. Well, milliseconds minus here. What on earth is Q limit? What is that meant to be? I genuinely don't know. Got a pause in the middle here for some reason. I don't know why that's there. If else, if here. Yeah. Whatever that is, though, I don't think that's the cause of our problems. I'll just comment out here and put a fix me in there, just in case we are doing something weird, like it's locking up for some reason. Try running it again. I don't believe that's our problem, and it's not. So good. Restore that bit of code, but we'll leave the fix me note there just in case. I have to come back to something. Back to here. Take me back to GUI. Thank you. So it looks like something in draw GUI is not. It's not loving, which wouldn't surprise me. Let's face it. You know, I've got draw all. All right. Let's have a look at it. Render to screen. Got the background window we're drawing. It's pretty simple actually, that one. There's no reason for that to actually not work, that I can see anyway. Background seems fine, so I think that may not be the problem. So we'll just eliminate the two functions and see if we're still crashing. If we are, it's somewhere else. Now, are we crashing or are we just exiting? Are we exiting because something has been done somewhere else? What functions are we calling in here? Key down 1 and key down 29. What does this do? I'll put a I'll clear it to blue. So just in case this function is actually getting called for some reason. I don't believe it is, but let's double check everything. here, wait key, thanks, pause. No, that's not our reasoning for that, so that's good. Just eliminating the possibilities. Go back to GUI. No functions we're calling in here. Nothing weird we're calling in here. So if we remove that. Oh, great. Yeah. So our problem is actually occurring before we even get to the main loop. So we can verify that by going, CLS 255, which is a bright blue color, by the way. So we should see a bright blue background, and we don't. It exits. So it's probably accessing some memory that we don't own, which is bad. It's also good because it means that somewhere in this, if we comment that function there out, we should find something. Oh, we're getting further back. Let's find this out. What's causing the problem? So is it the setup function? Are we getting to this point? Yes, we're getting there. That's okay. Fantastic debugging skills. So GUI Windows probably doing something it shouldn't do. And let's go have a look. Okie dokie. So GUI window is, we're bumping our ID, adding this new window to a central list of windows that we, this library doesn't really refer back to them, but we refer back to them. Let's look for some functions. And the only thing I can see as a candidate is this new menu bar, which would make sense because we've just been adding this menu bar function. If we comment this out, we're not dying. Right. Alright, so that's where the bug is, or this weird behavior has come from. Let's go and check it out. And it's one of the weird ones to follow as well. Okay. I'll just print those out to the screen. Do a sync and a wait for a second, let's say, 1,000 milliseconds. We're not calling that, are we? Let's remove that function call, didn't I? Oh no, sorry, there is. Menu bar is there. So we're turning the quick menu off, which I assume is the right click menu stuff. Find declaration, go over here, sync. I'll render to the screen, render to screen, just to make sure we've got something to display. It's all weird editing. So we're creating a new menu bar. We're attaching this to the gadget. We're assigning a pointer to the gadget. These gadget structures have support for all these different types of gadgets. So there's a base gadget structure, and then he's appending, or they're appending any custom functionality they want with these secondary types. That's my understanding of the structure of it. So here we have to emulate that by allocating this block here and storing it there as well. We probably could actually just have a menu bar gadget inherited from gadget and get rid of all of that, which I might actually end up doing if I can't work out what the hell's going on the rest of it. Because I'm a little bit confused. What's happening? all of that seems okay. There's nothing there that should be all that crashy. This window, we do want to make sure that that window exists, don't we? If this win equals 0, then no. So if the window we're changing exists, we're happy, it's all good. Window gadget pointer, gadget GUI menu bar type pointer and initialize type, GUI menu bar, pointer M bar. Oh, so it's so confusing, the terminology. I think that's okay. I'm just not comfortable what's coming out of this find gadget here. I think that we'll have to tackle this gadget sooner rather than later. Win as window pointer, okay, but we're not checking if the window exists. We're just assuming that it's a valid window. It may not be. I don't know. We're returning as gadget pointer. We're returning a new gadget regardless, storing it in the window. And that's a pointer to this thing here. Gadget start equals this. Seems okay about doing that, so that's fine. So we shouldn't need those. Strongly typed there. That's a return object. So it's linking these gadgets into the parent object. That's what I think it's doing, or the original code is doing. So we're entering a repeat loop. If gadget equals null, maybe we're just stuck in an endless loop there. Oh no, I've got an X at the bottom, so that shouldn't need the done there at all. This should just be a do loop. No comparison at all. Done equals true. Is done even initialized? It's just assumed to be false up front. So I don't have a clue what we're trying to do here, and I'm uncomfortable with the function. I don't know why it's calling it all the time. Alright. What I will often do is put a sync and a wait key, and have a function over here, and we'll just call it p sub pause, we'll call it. Have a color there, and in here, so we'll just go, we'll clear the screen to whatever color we decide to. We'll render to the screen everything. We'll call sync, and we'll do a wait key, wait no key. So it should pause until you release the key. Back to where we were. So we can just go, if we hit pause, pause to 55, you should see a blue screen, or Make it red screen this time. That's just for our debug purposes. Right, so we've got through, we're happy at this point here, not worrying about sifting through what's actually happening, but we're dying sometime after this. Now, are we dying because we're going through here? If we are, I'll make that gadget as null. What is it? Where is gadget coming from? So when the window is first created, gadgets should be, I assume there should be nothing in it. So we should never get to this green pause, but we do. I think the menu is made as a gadget as well, so we are actually stepping through that list. Do we actually get out of it? So I'll move this until the end of this. Now if we never get to the green screen, we're crashing sometime in this loop, and that's our problem. I think that's our problem. When we create a gadget, actually, what's the other gadget in the list? I don't even know what that even is. So this function find gadget is used to create or append a new gadget. I wish it was called that, because it's making confusing my poor little mind. It's late, you know. It's confusing the hell out of me. So find gadget. Let's go back to here again. Yeah, menu bar. So when we call menu bar, I assume it's adding a menu bar to it. Yeah, it is. That's going to be the first gadget added to this particular window. It's going to handle the linking of the object. As far as I can tell, nothing else seems to be linked to it. So that's interesting. So to go, find the window one, menu bar, find gadget. Is it the only thing that's calling this function? How can that be? Repeat. Alright. Let's check this loop out. We might look at the original code, because I'm not sure that our conversion there is actually accurate. I'm guessing it's not. We should probably, you know, it's pretty apt to guess, I would say. Find gadget, let's have a look. There's a whole bunch of these things. Alright, gadget. Parent equals current gadget. And then we move gadget to the next object. If gadget is null, we have found the end of the list. And we append this new gadget . Oh. Otherwise, if gadget's not null, we're going, starting gadget is, we assign a new one. Why is it doing that? I don't understand what the hell that's for. And parent is null, return gadget is here. Why do you need that? What? Because I'm just assuming these are linking as new gadgets are appended to a window or anything. In this case, it's a window, so we're passing a window structure in. We're saying, give me the starting gadget. Okay. and then give me a copy of this gadget to return, or a copy of the handle. If gadget exists, then we look through the current sequence of gadgets. We keep skimming through, looking at the next gadget and so on until we find the end of where we're up to. Shouldn't that have a link to the next one in it? Or am I just imagining that? So we're stepping through here. Shouldn't the parent gadget link to the newly created gadget? Or is that too crazy for words? Yeah, I generally don't get what that's trying to do. It's very simple. It's running through the list and adding something when it finds a null one. Okay, but why would it be null? Null is clearly meant to be the end of the list, or the last gadget in that sequence. So wouldn't parent gadget, we'd be setting up gadget into the next here? We're making a new gadget, right? And then the previous gadget that once linked behind us, the new gadget's parent is this. Okay, all right. So why doesn't that link back to the previous one? You know, if you're gonna have a linked list, you're gonna have links for the current item to the next item, and also a link going back to the previous item. So when you delete something, you can just, you take when you delete something between a pair of other links or nodes in the list, the previous item gets linked past the middle item, and the next item links back to the previous one. We don't have this here. Why don't we have... I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. I know, I'm too dumb to understand why that does that. I don't have a clue. I'll grab the function there. I think we need to start coming up with our own concept of this listing mechanism behind that. Yeah. So rather than have a gadget, we have a WinStart gadget. Maybe we just have a list, right? So we get rid of WinStart gadget, and that's going to pop up in other functions too, but we just chop it out. Make sure we replace it so when it's the phrasing will pick up that change. We'll make that like gadget list. I have all the gadgets in a main array, so we can just look at the big bucket and see what's in the array. And then we know if we're leaking stuff or if we're not. If things are being left in that array, like we did with the windows. And because we're using we probably need to do that for Windows too, but yeah, because we're using a linked list, we can sort of getting like this. Sorry, because we're using a global array, we can look at the contents of that and see what we've got. But we can have different start pointers. So a gadget can be the start and end of its own list. So even though there's one container, they're different sets of linked lists. If that makes any sense to you. At the moment, not much makes any sense to me. But if we change this to something like to list start, I think that might be our best bet. Right, so we're returning this gadget here. That's all good. We're going return gadget, return parent gadget pointer is this is parent. That's what it should be. And its next gadget pointer is the retrieved one. And the retrieved gadget parent should be going back to, yeah, there it is. Of course. But, you know, it doesn't work. It's not having a good day with that. Where is our linked list emulation? This is the library that does the linked list. Well, it's just a little library to make linked lists, actually. And I was trying to make it follow Blitz rules. But I don't think it really matters, actually. We just have them all in a big bucket, a big global array of all the gadgets. If we need to have other things that are lists as well, we can make a list for those, that's fine. Have those in a bucket, and when something gets deleted, we just run through the list and delete itself in the list. We could keep the original, the global index of where it is within the array, so when we go to delete, we can do that quite easily. Let's just do that. It's a bit of code to chuck in though, so as you can see here, I've inherited window from linked list, which is declared over here. This is a bit of code that I wrote for the forums years ago, and this is the manager version of that. It just has an array, and you just have you make a list, and then you have an index for your list, and then you use that index when you want to add or delete new things. And off you go. That's all you do. Let's just grab it. Let's be brave. Let's be brave. I think I'm going to feel better about that anyway. Blitz wrapper. So let's put the linked list controls. Let's list it on graphics. There's a graphics functions. It's not really a Blitz behavioral replacement, but do a save. Save compiles, probably won't, because there'll be things in there that aren't declared. Linked list manager. Oh, no, it says linked list manager. No, we don't want that. We want link list manager. So there's a typo on the other card as well. It's nice. Found a bug. BB list manager. There it is. I've written link instead of list. Goodness gracious. It's not going to fix that problem. Although somehow that's the side it wants to run there. Wouldn't that be typical? List. Alrighty. In linked list, we'll have, these are the links to the next object and the previous object. This is an object type, it's not even used, I don't think. So go back through here, back up to the declarations of gadget. Wherever that's gone, gadget, there it is. Win as window. No, that shouldn't be there. If we have window there, that will embed the window structure here as part of this. We don't actually want that. We want this to be the parent a pointer to the window structure, which that wouldn't be. That might be our problem with our weird crashiness before. So all these have become pointers. They're no longer handles to types, which I think is the way Blitz likes to do things, but for us we can't really do that. So I'll do that. So I'll make a bunch of stuff not happy. Window pointer. Cut that out, thank you. Leave that there for a second. See how many syntax errors we get. Window pointer. Syntax error. I think we need to have the integer of that. That's not working, by the way, but we what can't be working as of yet anyway. I don't believe so anyway. So for gadget, where are we? Down here. Surprised that it was only used once actually. T-link list. Let's type in list. So this is being inherited from the linked list. So at the top of the structure, in front of these fields here, we actually have whatever these fields here are, which is next link, backlink, and object type. We could probably hide them a bit better than that to make sure that there's no sort of collisions, you know. But I haven't bothered. Just saying. So when we create these things, it should actually just function the same. Nothing should have changed. We just changed the structure and rebuilt it. Nothing really has changed all that much. But when we create something now, a gadget, we're going to need a bucket to keep all of this stuff in. Before we had a window list global array, we're going to need a gadgets array, which I think was I think there was something like that already in it. GUI menu list. No, where's the win list controls? Win list, there it is. Yeah. GUI max gadget. What the hell? I don't get that. Since gadget's been declared there, anyway, don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on it. We'll just go gad list. This is going to be GUI. Was it max G as gadget? So this will be a big bucket that will store all the gadgets in. For every window that's created that has a gadget that creates any kind of gadget will go into this bucket. It'll keep expanding. We'll use the simple sort of controls for expanding the arrays, and we don't have to worry about redimension and anything. The pointers will still be the same between the individual objects. They'll be the same, and the indexes will be the same regardless if we expand and contract the arrays. So that's kind of a safe way of doing this, and we'll use our list to store sets of objects within that one array. If that makes any sense, I don't know. Hopefully it does. I'm just kind of riffing this out because we're not porting it so much anymore. We're kind of changing it, and I'm a bit uncomfortable doing that, to be honest. But hey, let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. We don't need to initialize the things in that because they'll be initialized as they're being used. When a gadget's created, it'll get allocated and stored in the array. When it's destroyed, it'll get released from that array. But we will need an index in that. So in here we'll have something called array index. that we use when we're deleting something or referring through this item through the global array. Confused yet? You should be, because wow, it's getting confusing. Pretty confusing. So window itself, this has to have a gadget list. This was just up here, wasn't it? Right. Menu bar gadget pointer. Start gadget. That's kind of what I was looking for, actually. Start gadget. So actually start gadget's something else too. Look at that. Start gadget is a pointer. We're writing something to it. Oh gee, that's probably why we were crashing before. I still don't like this mechanism. So let's shall we be brave there and do something crazy? Yeah, let's do it. We'll have a new variable. This is going to be gadget list. Crazy. It's just going to be integer. List of gadgets attached to this window. That will be the actual handle of the list. If there's no gadget being created, we're just going to create a list for the window, and that will create an object as well. A bit nervous about that. A bit nervous, yeah. Let's see how many start gadgets there are. Now it's when we find that there are heaps of them. It's like, wow, we should not have done that. No, that's all fine. That's fine. This find gadget, right? We're going to replace this function. I don't like the old function. I'm confusing myself looking at it, and it does just allocate a new gadget. So let's get rid of it. Let's just call it that. GUI alloc new gadget. Or what about just calling it new gadget? New gadget, and this is the parent is a window as window pointer. Thank you. We'll make sure we check that thing exists, because you know it's just being nice. Gadget as, or me as, sorry, gadget pointer. So me will be flushed out if int win. In other words, if the window exists, or at least that if that pointer is populated when we start this bit of code, we're going to get something that resembles something. Now what we're going to do is going to ask the array we just created before. Just put a syntax error there for a second. Go back up to the top. Was it gadget list? Was it? Oh, gad list, of course. Main. So we call the new function was new gadget, was it? Or allocate gadget. New gadget, there it is. Alrighty, so we're going to go gadget. It's going to be index. So we want to get index. We want to go get free cell. This is a bit kludgy, and the reason for that is that it does a linear search of this array. So if this has tens of thousands of gadgets in it at the same time, we're probably going to get, you know, a bit of a loss of performance with this. I don't believe it's going to be a big problem for a couple of reasons. Is that, you're not going to have windows with thousands of controls added to them and hundreds of different windows. So it'll happily run through an array of 10,000 items and grab the last one. You know, we're talking about modern computers here. We're not talking about old clunkers. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now we've got our gadget and we've placed it, we found a place for it in the overall gadget list array. Me equals gad list index dot gadget. This will return a pointer. This gives you the pointer to this actual object within this structure. Now remember, this is inherited from a linked list, so what we can do in a second is we can add this to our list. We haven't checked if we even have a list yet, so we'll do that. We'll check the window. Check window has gadget list. If win gadget list, please be what I called you before. This list, that if this list is 0, in other words it's empty, we need to create a list. This list equals create link list, was it? Double check the function name. I have no idea. Create list. Okay, create list for us. That will create a node that we can create linked lists from. And since this is actually undefined, this list, we're going to store that list in there. So to get the first gadget, we have to grab the list handle and then ask the list handle what's the first cell, the first object in your sequence. To move to the next one, once we have the first cell, we can just move to the next one by looking at the forward and back links. We don't have to call any functions to do that. So it's kind of lower level than what you might expect. And we are sort of emulating a raw pointer linked list. In other examples on PB on the forums, I've given you examples that have linked cells. So you can link between different cells in an array. And the internal linked list system as well does the same thing, but it's just transparent to the user, that's all. That's all. So, assuming that's what our list control is called, gadget list. Now we need to add new gadget to list. I think it's just called append the function, unlink, insert after object. That's the one we want. What this is doing is it's running through the list and putting it at the end of the list. Hopefully that should be okay for us. If it's not, we can change the behavior of those functions and match it up with what we need. You know, we can do that stuff. So this is list handle. List handle. I kind of prefer that terminology. Insert this after there, list handle. List handle current object pointer is going to be 0. So we want it to just add from the front, and our new object is going to be me. Gadget to end of a linked list. And now our window should own that gadget, right? So we've inserted the thing at the end. We have a replacement of this behavior, but we have a different implementation of it. You know, I'm not sure that's going to work, but yeah, well, you know, we'll give it a go. Right, so find gadget is now obsolete. We don't need that function anymore. So anytime this appears in the future, we're just going to go, nah, you're out of there, dude. New gadget, thank you. Gadget. And it's going to be attached. It's going to be attached to the parent, which is the window in this case. Click save. Right. Right, we didn't crash, which is good. I'm enjoying the fact we didn't crash. It doesn't tell us much, does it? Are we actually doing this thing here? I don't really know if we're doing it properly. I don't actually know. Who knows? Gadget start, window, lots of, so really the gadget's just a container for a whole bunch of these different links to different object types. I mean, honestly, you can really do that with subclass the whole thing. So this could be inherited from gadget, and all of these could be inherited from gadget. I don't really know. I don't know the structure of this application well enough to jump in and do that. So we wouldn't need this this block of pointers. Well, I guess in Blitz it's handles. Whatever. Gadget list of gadgets attached to this window. So I'm feeling good about that. Doesn't mean much. We'll run it in debug and just have a look at our gadget array, see what's in it. Halted the probe again, running this, running that. Go again, thank you. Variables, console, are we running? Object after invalid link list. That's good. So I put some error checking in into those functions just to give us some preliminary debug information back to here, and we found our first bug. Fantastic. Oh, fantastic. So new gadget is down here somewhere. If list handle equals 0, okay. Insert object after this one. Error. I'll just put the list handle, invalid insertion, invalid linked list handle, and we'll go making your errors more verbose can help you out more than what you realise sometimes. Let's run it back in debug mode, thanks. Run again, run again, run again. Do that for me. Do that for me. Console. It's passing a handle of 0, so that index is not possible. So when we get this thing up here, get list index, get free cell from index. Right. Oh, sorry, it's right there in front of me. List handle, never assigning it, so it's never been created. Console, yes. Right, so we've had insert after that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Get run again. Running variables. hit stop. We'll look at the, we've got win list down the bottom, we've got gadget, which is going to be up the top because it's sorted GAD list. We have one gadget object allocated as a parent object of this, of our window. We can verify it's our window by looking at the window list. It doesn't show us a pointer to the object actually. It might be useful sometimes actually to do that. Alright, so we've got one gadget in the list. We're all feeling good about ourselves. Awesome. And we look at the global linked list control array. Here we should have one linked list. Yeah. It's got a pointer to the first thing in the list. Cool. Because the manager itself only has an entry point. Just keeps an entry point for each list. Good. GUI delay. So we're going to trace back through this stuff, aren't we? Find out what we were just doing before. Let's get rid of that. Seem okay with that. Get rid of the break there as well. Look at the window creation code. We've got our window being created. Our menu bar has been created. I hope it's been created. New gadgets. Yep. ID has been bumped. There's global ID here. There's menu bar stuff there, which is that sub pointer within the gadget type, which in this particular case is not even needed. At least I don't think it is anyway. So win front, draw gadgets. Don't need to do that. We don't have any gadgets at all. Hit gadget. Let's go back here. It's GUI. Thanks. Let's have a look. Declaration. Got GUI events. We turned that off before. Now let's see if we can kill it. Probably can. Alrighty, we've got something new happening. A new bar popped up. It's pretty awesome. I don't know what we're doing, but yeah. Okay, so the hover is working, that's for sure, showing us what thing we're sitting on top of. That's good. What if we create two windows? We're testing the friendship there if we create two of them. Window 2. We'll create this one. This will be 200 by 200. Another test. And we'll call this one at 50, 50. What I'm interested in here is that just to see if that detection actually works. Alright, so hovering works. The size there, I've broken that, so that's not very good. Oh, sorry, it should be 200. That's why that's not working. Goodness gracious. We haven't got any push to front controls at the moment, so we can't. If I click on the back window, it should pop to front. So we're not actually doing any of that stuff at all. That's what I'm trying to get working, trying to hook up the interactions with the window with the mouse. But we can't have two windows. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that so exciting? Let's go look at the event stuff again. Get event, let's check it out. Get event, fix me gadget event, GUI gadget event, win events down the bottom there, win events, active window. If we're not an active window, let's exit, continue on doing some good stuff. We have heaps of stuff here. If we don't have a menu, do menu and then do menu bar. I wish I knew what that was all about. I don't get it. Mouse down and GUI menu over. Let's print out this variable here. It's not a global, and we'll get a sense of what that represents. I mean, it sort of sounds obvious, but so menu over. This is menu. Sorry, menu over. Come on, Brian, you can do better than that. Alrighty, menu over. Dudes, it's been such a long day, such a stressful day too. Right, we're over a menu there, but we're not getting tagged there. So we're over this window. Sorry, we're over that window, yes. But we're not over the one behind us. Why would that be, hey? Isn't that terrible? Why aren't we detecting if we're over both menus? Let's find out. Let's go to GUI. Do the event processing stuff. Get event. Win event. The bottom of this function has a thing about going through the menus and detecting what we're sitting over. Or it used to anyway. It doesn't make sense. There it is there. Win list. Are we okay? Grab a Z. Is Z bigger than that? Status. Rex overlap. Mouse over. That's the window we're over. Alright. We'll run that in debug mode and see what we actually got. It's alright. Got some halts in there. Win event. GUI win event. Okay. So we're getting a hit when we're over this window here, but not the secondary window. Goodness gracious. Could be something to fix. Oh, I think so. Why would that happen? Let's run. Sorry, we'll need to run that back in debug mode again. So I want that to run. Hit here, stop. Win less. Coordinates are cool. Coordinates are cool there. That looks good. Test window. We have a gadget pointer for both those things that have their own set of gadgets. So in this global gadget list, we should have 2 gadgets in it. And we do. And they have 2 lists. Each window has a list of its own, but it's not a problem at the moment, is it? We just want to detect if we're over its zone. Why aren't we looking at the 2 zones? What's the go with that? Win list Z. If Z is lower than that. Which they all should be, yeah. Actually, what is the Z of that? So if you run through the list and we see the first object we find has a Z of 0, I guess it's going to be. And the next one's a 1. Then we can't be over that object. Did I write that correctly or not? I'll just check that again. It's a thing called win event. Where's the function? Check it out. A GUI win event. Back to here. No, don't do that. Don't be like that. Search for event. Win event change. There is there. Not a problem. Skim to the bottom of this thing. It's a huge function. All good. If the Z of this window is lower than that, this is the first thing you're over. If the first window you look at is already 0, that means that you can't actually have So yeah, I think, is that logic broken or is it just my imagination? Probably a bit of both. I'll check it out again. Let's fire up. Back to here, yeah. So mouse over window. Put this in here. Bit of a bar there, and we're checking here. Window. Sorry, string. And loop. So we're checking Windows 1. Z equals just go checking this one. Oh, hang on. What the hell is win? Say that. We're not checking this window, we're actually checking against whatever win, the global version of that win pointer is, and we're passing this in for a window at the up front. So why would that ever work? We're meant to be checking all the windows. How the hell does that work in the first place? Just saying. Another thing I'm lost against. I'll check the Zs of these things. Go, go, go. Stop, dude. So 2 windows that should actually have different Zs. Win list. We have the second one has a Z of 0 from the last created one. The previous one has a Z of 1. And that has a Z of 2, so that's good. So we should get to window 3 before we look at something. Alright. Checking this one. And it can't be over those things there because it's not comparing the zone. That's why it's just not working. Well, that's silly, isn't it? Isn't that silly? Why have we done that? Let me just go dim check win as window pointer. That might be something that we need to keep an eye on as we're going through this thing, because that's going to be some sort of behavior from Blitz that we're not. I clearly have no concept of how that works, among other things. Alright, we're going to point to our window and we're going to check this window here. Sorry, check win Z. Get the Z of this thing. I'm going to check win against this thing. The X coordinate, the Y coordinate, the width, and its height. We feel good about ourselves. We're going to get the window of this thing here. Check win of this. Check win in the window. Well, should just be check window, shouldn't it? Goodness gracious, spit it out, Kevin. Spit it out, dear boy. Let's see, check win, good. Oh, going well there. Going terrific. No, I've done that 3 times in a row, 4 times in a row. Well done. Right. Sometimes it's just hard to be normal. There we go. Okay, so we actually got the code. It's deciphering between the 2 windows. That's better. Doesn't work with this, but you know, small mercies at this point. That's cool. I might rip out that bit of code there because I don't really want that printing out debug stuff all the time while we're doing things. We've got window hover. Apparently it's working now. We'll block that out from there. Oh, sorry, of course. So up here, we're running through window in a for each loop. So we're running through all the windows, doing a rectangle comparison against the window, and then the mouse's position. But we're not doing that in the other version. I don't like that. This here, it drives me nuts. Yeah, I'm that guy, you know. I just want the mouse to be compared read once and not every time you loop through it. Because eventually you'll end up with these weird logic problems. If you've ever written GUIs before, you know what I mean. Whereas because the mouse can move independently of what you're doing. So over each window, fantastic. If we're not over a window, cool, we've got the background window, it's good. And we're outside of that, we've got nothing. Nothing. Good stuff. Good stuff. That's like a progression. I might actually end that tonight's session there and try and edit up some of this content. Try and think through the next implementation. Win event, get event. Got a lot of stuff here that needs to be implemented though, haven't we? Quick menus, no, we won't do that. What's some other code from here? Select quick menus. If we're on the other side of that, we've got this kind of event happening here. Whoa, it's an absolute... yeah, it's not until you peel through this code that you realize how much stuff this function is trying to keep away from the user. So all of the interactions with the different gadgets and different behaviors are wrapped up in here somewhere, which is not fun to do. It's not a fun thing to write. Let's go from here. Got min, mouse down, if, and if. That's the else at the end of that. There's a second level if there as well. So we'll grab this selection here, see if we can get something happening, or at least just no syntax errors. Yeah. Up here, so that's why I mouse button 2, thanks. I'll just catch that and replace them all so we don't have to worry about this stuff anymore. Replace this expression, wait on mouse button bracket 2, replace all, just do them all, thanks. Not many of them, but still, it's one little less thing we've got to worry about. It was just a little while loop for when the mouse was being depressed, or pressed, I should say. It's not being depressed. Quick menu, we don't have quick menus, do we? Do we have any function calls we don't have? We don't know. Correct the syntax here, get the X and Y width of the thing. Sometimes I think it would be nice to have a way of reading successive fields from a type into variables. Like if you had like X and Y coordinates, like, you know, if you want to read a vector into two separate variables X and Y, yeah, that'd be handy, I reckon. I don't know how you do the syntax, but you know, but things like this pop up a lot. You know, you're reading stuff from a type, writing it back to a type, you know, because it's kind of easier to deal with the variables, less typing, etc. What have we got? Rectangles overlap. Are there any function calls in there? I don't think there are, actually. So we might have got out of that scot-free. No, we didn't. Oh, there's a bit of code at the end of the line. Should have known that, shouldn't we? Should have known that. M-bar. M-bar is M-bar gadget pointer. Gadget pointer. So we change that too, so better start calling it. So there it is. There's a free menu function hidden away there. How dare you be hidden away there? Your GUI Q menu on, which must be some sort of feature. I think this is the right click sort of hover menu stuff. I don't know. Didn't write it. Just trying to work out how the damn thing works. Cool. That worked. So I'm very happy with that. Let's take that block of code and vamoose it someplace else. Go away, block of code, do something else. Right, end else, mouse down 2, yeah, okay. And GUI slider, Menu bar is null. That's doing some interactions with the menu bar, so we want to get this stuff going. Rex overlap. It's over the title. Drag window kill. Good. That's what we wanted. How are we going for stuff? If mouse down. Menu bar. Good, 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 good. End if. So if block end there. And there's an else block we wanted to get to. Is that our else block there? I think so. No, I don't think it is actually. That's the one there. Mouse not down, there it is. That's the pathway. So if we're clicking something, we want to do some stuff. If we're not clicking something, we don't want to do stuff. We want to close some action from happening. I was going to quit before, but you know, that's what we all say, isn't it? Else, mouse not down. I put like you might have seen my code before. I like to put braces around these things, so when I'm scrolling through, I can just go, oh, that's the next, that's the paired if else with that. We want to close this end if, so that should be correct. And when it compiles, we've got different syntax and stuff to fix. Win status. Win menu bar. We've got to get a pointer to that thing. Do we have it already? I don't think we have it already, so so dim m bar as it's gadget, isn't it? Gadget pointer, thank you. M bar equals win dot m bar, sorry, bar gadget pointer. Can we just compare, is this thing null or not? Go win x, yep. Go bar x, win y. We want win bar y, win bar width. Just want bar width, thank you. And menu bar height. Scroller. Wait on mouse button. If it's not, do something else. I have no idea what it's doing. We've got a new function though, GUI refresh gadget. So that I don't think we need for the moment. Well, we do need that function, but maybe we just put this in the code, but as an empty function. So at least it will compile, but when we go to implement our other function here, this gadget, end this, fix me in the middle because we have to replace that at some point. The dog's going a bit crazy. Win title. Hey! She's like, oh, it's uncomfortable. I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. So MX, what is MX all of a sudden? Oh, it's mouse X, okay. So I've kind of done this some parts of the code, but not others. Like there, it's not doing it there. I don't know. Win title, max overlap, win status, win scale, no idea, resize. Alright, I'll just get this compiled. My dog's getting really bored, and I'm getting bored and listening to myself blather on like an idiot yet again. Isn't that nice? Hopefully you find that funny, because that's pretty much what's happening. Compile. What have we lost? Besides the will to live, there is a win. There's a bunch of ands there, isn't it? Is it minimized? No. Is it something win back? I don't know what that is. Amazing. Well, that's one thing to set up actually. When you right click, it's meant to actually to die. So the kill is actually being picked up. I remember seeing that logic be up here before. On menu, search for end. That's useful. Everything has an end statement. It's very useful. GUI, end, go there. Test GUI, main, end. Look for GUI end. So we find it. So if we're hitting escape character, we are doing that. Debug is attached to a particular key, so we should probably have a controller to turn that or off, which you can do in PV. It'll just cut that code out completely if you don't want it. At this point, it's the last of our worries because we've got stuff that doesn't work everywhere. Gadget group. GUI, let's go through it again. Event, find declaration, win event. Right. Menu, yeah. Else for if event equals menu or Q event equals menu, the event equals none. Grab our window, do some stuff with it, check if the right button is being clicked. If it is, are we GUI last key, win status is bigger than that, it's all good there. Do we have a menu bar? Are we over the menu bar? Event menu on white click. Is that back to front? Oh no, there is that. So if the mouse is down and the current window status is bigger than what, which I think means that the window is visible, and we're not a GUI slider scroll, whatever that's meant to be. No idea what that's meant to be. In case you haven't guessed. GUI win event. So if we're not over a menu doing some stuff, menu bar is the window position. Menu bar's an offset within the window's coordinate space. From memory anyway. So all gadgets are relative to the parent window, so if the parent window is shifted to 100, 100 in screen space, the gadget will still be drawn at 55 plus the parent gadget's position. Yeah. When scale, don't have any of that stuff in there. Mouse not down. When down status, okay. Bottom, mouse not down. GUI active status. Scale, scroll, scrolling. For end. Ooh. Let's grab this part here first. Looks a bit safer. By safer I mean smaller. GUI active window status equals 2. Window scale. Are we over the top of this thing here? WinX. Where the hell is WinX coming from? Now, I'm just saying, but where? Was that declared somewhere else, or? There we have it. Right. So that's active window anyway, isn't it? So the current window is active window in the first place. We should never need to access that again unless something's changed by some other function along the way, and we have no idea because I have no idea what the hell's going on most of the damn time. So GUI active window.status, that's not going to work, is it? I don't know why that is needed. Dim active win as window pointer. I'll just go active win equals GUI active win, which is a global from somewhere else, of course. Status, and we should check if that exists. Otherwise, some point it's gonna die. If active window status. No, if this is anything other than 0, okay, you can do some stuff with it. If it's 0, we probably should go nah. Actually, I'll do that. Nope, broken, dude. Broken. Useful error messages. Hit break. Win scale. Why is it checking the active status? Well, I don't get it. Would they be the same pointer all the time? Obviously not. Obviously there's some situation going to occur where that's not the case. Try and run it again. See if it blows up in her face. I like the fact that it catches the right button and kills it. That's good. Oh, sorry. That's actually me doing it. Not what I wanted. Event kill window. Or event kill window. We haven't got to that part yet, have we? Have we got a kill window there? No, we've got kill. GUI event kill. I click this. which is the close gadget. We should get a kill window coming through, but we don't. Because we don't have this thing working yet. It's that simple. Alright. Next bit is the scroll for else end if, else end if. I think that's the end of that, is it? Yeah, looks like it is. And then we have, oh, okay, so we've got a select case at the bottom here which converts those other messages into the messages that we want back from the user. I think that's how it's working. Yeah, we're all in the dark here, so we're all going blind together. Key down. Looks like it's doing mostly keyboard stuff, so it might just get away with compiling and running it. No. Key hit, key down. What the hell? So, what the hell is key hit, and why do we mouse down, key down, P sub, key hit, this key, I think this does, it keeps the state between, keeps the keyboard state between calls. So if the keys hit this frame and still down next frame, it would return a 0. For the moment, I'll just bundle it up in here and not worry about it. Then when we get weird keyboard problems, we'll try and correct those. Because, you know, that's what we do here. Get key. Jeez. What is get key doing? Is last key a string, or what the hell is it? Is it declared? Find GUI last key. Oh, thank goodness for that. It's declared, so that's good. I think it's just like scan code. Yeah. P sub get key. Yep. And P sub this key. This key equals scan code. Thank you. Try it again. All right. Hey. Oh, hang on. Getting some sort of. So the event changes there. So that logic's doing something. I don't know what it's doing. Doing much of, but it's doing something for us. Then here's the big select case bundle. Whoa, there's a massive amount of code in this stuff here. That's terrifying. Oh, there you go. That's one there. So win order, win back. I think this is where we're meant to be doing this stuff here. I'm not entirely sure. No, it might be there actually. Not sure what if block we're meant to be in. So in select. So we're missing out a whole bunch of other ones there, but win back, thank you. GUI order isn't, that's definitely not in this code yet. Let's go across. Find GUI order. Yo. Yep, a bit more code there than I thought it might have, but that's cool. So we'll find that one that has the max win Z in our version. Max win Z. Put this here. Right. So we get the max win Z. If GUI event is change closest dot window, next window. Oh damn, there's another function we haven't got. Should have known. Closest. GUI next window. Can't be that difficult, surely. Oh, it is. You are kidding me. Why is it doing this? Alright. Let's not worry. So we're returning a window here, so we want to return window pointer as window pointer that declares the RET variable in here, forcing that to be null because we don't want it to be anything initially. CT, we want to run through the windows, but these are stored in an array, so we want to find them within the array. Like this will do us. We might just, so just doing a comparison there to see if the window exists or the structure in the global array exists. We're going, hey, if it does exist, what kind of status does it have? Dot status is greater than 1, so if it does exist, let's check it out and go closest window and return window, closest Z found true. What the hell is this doing? Hang on a sec. Why is that doing that? Why? What is closest all about? Closest window. Yeah. Okay. So we're scanning through the for each loop, right? We're putting return window here. The handles to return window here. That's cool. We're making it Z, and we keep searching. We never do anything with a found variable, do we? Surely if you didn't find one, you would just return nothing. Wow. It's alright. It's alright, not the end of the world. I'm just not sure why it's doing what that closest link is for. You know, do we need it? Do we not need it? Is it used somewhere else? Is it, you know? Well, it's bound to be used somewhere else. Dim win as window pointer. Just to keep the syntax much the same as what it was in here. Dot window, give me a pointer to this thing, and then we just go win status. Win. Its X position, its Y position, its width and its height. X overlap. I want to grab the positions from that because I'm that much of a pain. MX, mouse Y, mouse Y. Alright, so we're running through, check if its status is okay, it exists, we get a pointer to it, we compare the thing, yeah, it's all good. Then CZ equals this. CZ equals win Z. And we'll go found index equals this particular index. No, I'll go found win. Yeah, found win equals 0. So we won't set that until we actually know it's found. This is win. At the very end, I hope there's some reason why, like they might be globals as far as I know. That closest window, no, sorry, it can't be a global, it's been declared there. Found might be a global or something, I don't know. I don't know. If found index is true, then return equals win equals found index. My capitalization is pretty terrible, isn't it? Some are big, some are little, some are spaced out. And win is not equal to the active window. Yeah, that's cool. I'll just make that sure it's in integer and bracket those things to make sure. Let's try and compile it. Well, we didn't blow up, so that's good. Don't need that. Cheeky save. Closest window. Closest. Dim. Closest window as window pointer. Right. So if GUI events change, we're getting the closest from that function we just hodgepodge together. Closest is not null. We go, yeah, do some Z. Wow, there's more garbage. Win. Oh no, what is this doing? Win active into win max Z. What the hell is that for? Where's max Z coming from? Sorry, it's at the top there. Goodness gracious. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining about the code. I mean, this is an excellent bit of GUI, and It's a fantastic bit of software. I'm just finding it difficult to follow because I don't know this stuff that well. It's embarrassing. Right, we've got the window, it's all good. When status is bigger than this, if win.status greater than 1, and if win.z bigger than cz, do some stuff. Zz equals what the hell? Alright, what is ZZ? What do we care about it? Do we care about it? I don't think we do. No, we will retire that variable because we don't have a clue what it's meant to be doing, so that's nice. Win.z equals, sorry, win.z, subtracting 1 from it. Pushing them all back, it's all good. Closest equals 0, active window equals this. Why on earth is it doing that? Max Z is active window. All right. Yeah, I wish I got some of this stuff actually. Wish I knew why that was necessary. I don't have a clue, so I'm not going to worry about it. Win.z has to be a window there. Active window is closest. So well, we can't compare a pointer with that because we just don't like doing that in PB. Wow. We haven't got there yet. Anyway, it's getting late. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'll leave this here, and we should be able to get some more of this done tomorrow. We're getting there. You know, it's, as you can see, it's a process of elimination. I'm literally just wondering what things are doing and trying to work out how I'm going to re-engineer them. It sounds fancy, but it's just a matter of writing something that it's comfortable with. Let's have a go. Just checking that event there. We click on stuff, we're getting things coming through. Nah, we're not. Hey. So that was fancy. So we haven't resized the windows, we've resized them back to 0. So we've got some interaction happening, but it's just not working properly. Of course not. That's for tomorrow. Thanks for sticking in there. It's a massive video if I make this thing, and we'll see you next time. Bye.